Oh, DC and Warner Brothers, why can't you guys get out of your own way in order to have a successful brand? It's so amazing. They missed out on practically the entire superhero trend without having a runaway success movie, and you have two of the three arguably biggest superhero IPs ever. You have Batman and Superman, and you missed so spectacularly. Well, that's what you get when you end up giving the reins to Zack Snyder. Oh, he's a visionary. Well, I always thought that being a visionary was incumbent on you being able to see what he puts on the screen. But I'm sure, guys, Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, that's going to be fantastic stuff. But the guy who is taking the reins of DC, at least on the filmic front, James Gunn, he's assembling his team. And to be fair, doing a pretty decent job, all things considered. Like his Superman casting, David Cornsweet, I think that's his name. His Lois Lane casting, really good. Jimmy Olsen being an actual white ginger is crazy. And now his Supergirl casting is really good too. He's really setting himself up well, but this is goofy-ass James Gunn trying to do a serious, earnest take on Superman. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on this one. DC boss James Gunn confirms Millie Alcock is the new Supergirl. Millie is a fantastically talented young actor, and this is one of those things where I just can't read the headline and go, well, I hear good things. No. I watched, and I get to talk about, yay, I get to talk about House of the Dragon. Millie Alcock in the first 5 episodes of House of the Dragon portraying Rhaenyra Targaryen was fantastic, man. Not to take anything away from Emma D'Arcy, but Millie Alcock was fantastic, okay? She was not bad in any of the scenes that she was there, okay? She had great chemistry with the younger Alicent actress. The older one's Olivia Cook. I can't quite remember what the younger one was, but she also did a great job. Her scenes with Patty Constantine's Viserys were amazing, and her chemistry with Matt Damon Targaryen, Matt Smith, I can't recommend House of the Dragon Season 1 highly enough, and I cannot wait for Season 2 to drop this year. But with that said, it's fantastic casting. It really is. It just unfortunately might end up being a day late and a dollar short. The new DC universe, headed by James Gunn and Peter Safran, has added yet another important piece, with Millie Alcock signing on to play the new Supergirl. The 23-year-old Australian actress casting was first reported by Deadline on Monday, though James Gunn, 57, quickly confirmed the news on Instagram. This is accurate. Millie is a fantastically talented young actor, and I'm incredibly excited about her to be a part of the DCU. James Gunn, who confirmed in September, the 3 existing DC EU characters will return in his DC universe. Yeah, I don't really know, and I also don't believe him, because he also said that The Flash was the best superhero film that he's ever seen, and that, don't worry guys, Blue Beetle is definitely going to be returning into the fold. Sure thing, pal. Yes, I first became aware of her in House of the Dragon, like a lot of people were, but I was blown away by her varied auditions and screen tests for Supergirl. Well, you could just go ahead and watch her work on House of the Dragon and realize that she's definitely a banger. She embodies Kara, as envisioned by Tom King, Bilkis, and Anna Nagara. Yeah, that's the problem with the DCU. You take a look at the writer's room and you realize that those are the guys that ended up leading to the downfall of the DC end in the comics, and you realize that, oh great, James Gunn hired them to write all the stories for his upcoming films. Great. That, and he also managed to vamoose Drew Goddard, the guy responsible for the Netflix Daredevil show. Not whatever is ultimately going to emerge on the MCU side of things, but one good guy does not offset an entire room of dorks like Tom King. But anyways, they've definitely set themselves up for something great, potentially. But we'll just have to see ultimately which storylines that James Gunn is going to be drawing on for the Superman storyline. We already know that's going to be the Brave and the Bold, which is very far ahead in the Batman chronology for telling that story. He ultimately wants to do a Supergirl, which we've heard things beforehand, which ultimately wants to set up Supergirl as a Superman for the DCU. And yeah, there's things that lead me to believe that this is not going to be long for this world, and that once again, DC is just going to stumble over their own feet and trip over success once again. But we don't know anything until 2025 in July, when this film, the Superman film, the first official film, even though there's a bunch of different animated crap that's going to be shat out beforehand. The official kickoff is the Superman film, written by James Gunn, directed by James Gunn, is supposed to have a bunch of different cameos, introduce a bunch of different characters, because James Gunn can only write these ensemble pieces. But we'll see how it goes, and 2025 is a long time away. But that's all the good news out of the way when it comes to DC. Because, well, they have different departments and they have different licenses out for different properties that are there. And, well, this used to be one of the avenues that DC was very successful for, in contrast with Marvel. Like, their animated front was a hell of a lot better than Marvel's. And then also, their video game adaptations have always been a notch above their House of Ideas counterpart. But, yeah, they kind of floundered here spectacularly. New Suicide Squad game, which also ties in with James Gunn, given the fact that The Suicide Squad was the first film that he penned under the DC umbrella, and which performed well enough, I guess, in internal metrics, because in the box office, and I understand that it was kind of a staggered release thanks to the pandemic and all that stuff. So they thought that it was good enough, and they decided to give him the reins after the, kind of muddied situation that he had over at Marvel. But regardless, the first Suicide Squad game, because this is the second one in this pseudo series, and more than likely going to end up being the last one, is loosely based on the ensemble that James Gunn brought to screen in 2021. And well, all benefit of the doubt that was afforded to and has been afforded to James Gunn's new restarted DCU, the Suicide Squad game, well, it was also given a lot of leeway, given the studio that was producing these had also had a track record of doing really good DC projects beforehand. We're talking Rocksteady Studios, and Rocksteady is responsible for all of the Batman Arkham games, which is going to tie into the big problem surrounding this game. Well, outside of the absolutely borked early release. But let's talk about this real quickly, because I think the headline is hilarious. As Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Yes, that's the entire idea behind this, and it's so annoying that we're just, stuck in this current malaise where it's like, oh, the bad guys are actually the good guys, and the good guys, they need to be taken down a peg. And I understand there's mind control or, brainwashing that's at play, but yes, the Suicide Squad needs to kill the Justice League because we're the baddies. That's what we do. Well, there's been some leaks and concerns revolving around this project, because the Rocksteady that was making Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, Origins, and Knights, maybe a little bit more of the people, or a few more of the people that worked on Knights and ended up working on this project, they aren't the same studio. Kind of gone the same way as Naughty Dog, BioWare, formerly great studios that just absolutely bear no resemblance on where they're at in the current day. But perhaps some people working under the hood are going to have a different take on their work ethic than the people presenting what's going to be playable to the public and engage with on a story level. Because like I said before, there's been some leaks and some concerns about this for a very long time. I've heard about this for the better part of a month or two, and yeah, it doesn't sound great, especially for people that are diehard DC fans, and oh boy, there are some diehard DC fans. So yes, this game has been, oh god, it's been trepidatiously anticipated. Is that the best way that I can put it? They've wanted to forget this because the way that they do a legacy character and a legacy voice. Oh, if those rumors are true, it's going to be a big pill, or big tough pill to swallow. But as Kill the Justice League draws near, its dev says it's one of the most well-optimized games that they've worked on. Guys, they've definitely done the legwork on this one. You might not like the story beats. You might not like that Harley Quinn is getting put out as a bit of a groomer, trying to, pick up on a very young, autistic Greta Thunberg-looking Poison Ivy. You might not jam with some of that stuff, but hey, at least Samoa Joe is playing King Shark, and that's pretty cool. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is almost here, and its devs are saying it is one of the most well-optimized games they have ever worked on. We're just days away from playing as Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. After it was delayed multiple times last year, over the weekend, the upcoming game's file size was revealed. Yeah, I think you can still do. It's been a while since I pre-purchased a game on in a digital sense on a console, but you could preload the game so that the moment that it drops, You can just be right into the game, you know, heaven forbid you'd like have a physical release, and you could just go ahead and do that. But yeah, 45 gigabytes, leading some of the devs to reveal what's gone into it. This is one of the most well-optimized games I've ever worked on, says Del Walker, a character artist at the time. Running at 60 FPS with 4 playable characters in an open-world city is not easy. We had to be careful with every texture size, every polygon, every material draw call. Hope you enjoy. Well, I'll put that in perspective. Walker has also worked on other well-known games such as Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Oh, the one that famously had to get apologized for its borked release. And The Last of Us, a Part 2, a remastered. Is that even still operational? No, it was Last of Us Part 1 remastered that wasn't even functional on PC. So yeah, this guy's name, oh boy. Well, maybe he knows a disaster. Maybe he knows a disaster and he can go ahead and properly diagnose something that ended up working out all right. Until you realize that the early access came out and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been pulled offline an hour after early access launch began due to a bug where players have full story completion when logging into the game for the first time. Best and most well-optimized game that we've ever worked on. Yeah, people were logging into their games with the early access release. If you bought the deluxe edition or something like that, you ended up getting a week early. This is something that AAA Games Company has been doing for a while that I think is a little bit slimy, or just, you know, walling off an experience for a minute, but okay. It ended up going down, you know, for the better part of the day. I think it was rectified within the day, but it's hilarious to point that out, to find that they said, oh no, it's one of the best running games ever. And then you immediately have an early access glitch where it finishes the game for you. You can't even go through the story, which everybody was looking to hopefully, you know, assuage any of their fears about. And well, like I said, there's been some rumors and some leaks that have gone around, and well, pointing to some other people. Hi, Sweet Baby Inc. What are you doing out here? Well, noting and connecting some of the dots on this one, realizing that, you know, the ruiner of so many of your favorite game franchises like Alan Wake. Remember everybody liked Alan Wake 2? No, that's been a long time ago. God of War Ragnarok, well, that at least ended up skating by on that one, okay? Spooderman 2, how everybody talks about that with glowing praise now that it's been out, and oh boy, they worked on Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. We worked on script writing, oh boy, banter, cutscenes, barks, audio logs, etc. Yeah, the banter and the cutscenes, and that's kind of what we're all focused on when it comes to this one, because guys, this is what everybody was scared of. This is one of the first rumors that came out, and well, it requires some backstory. Okay, if you're of a certain age, like I am, you probably grew up, or at least you had tangential knowledge of Batman, the animated series, okay? It was one of those well-reviled cartoon superhero shows that was out at the same time as, you know, the X-Men, Spider-Man animated series, the Superman animated series, and like I said at the beginning, DC has done an excellent job with their cartoon, their animated side, as opposed to what Marvel is doing, and well, they continued doing as much, even when Zack Snyder was just, you know, playing in the dark with his action figures. But the ever-persistent, even all the way back in the 90s, the voice of Batman, Kevin Conroy, has always been there through thick and thin, through best plots, through the worst plots. And unfortunately, he passed away last year after a private battle with cancer, and it was very tragic because he was well respected and he did the Batman role better than just about anybody. For as many different people have donned the cowl in the years that he had maintained his continuity as the animated voice of Batman, he was the one constant for the role. And this was regrettably his final performance as Batman. And well, like the title implies, you know, Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. It's like there could be an interesting story that could be told there. But like another game that was referenced, The Last of Us Part 2, there's a way that you can kill off a main character and do it with dignity and respect. And given the fact that this is the absolute last recorded original performance of the voice of Batman, this is why this stings so bad. And well, the rumors were, well, they were 1000% true. And well, what we heard before is exactly what's about to play out right here, okay? And it hurts even more. The character who does this, who is just a two-dimensional hack that is absolute writing poison. Not even James Gunn could go ahead and get Harley Harley Quinn right. The only reason that Harley Quinn works is when she's the side piece of Joker, being, you know, the target of his abuse, the object of his desire. She's not a fully realized character. Nobody can write this bitch properly. I don't even know what to say. The fact that she's the one that gets to take out Batman so unceremoniously, only Sweet Baby Ink could be responsible for something this goddamn stupid.
You know, Joker used to be real good at hurting people with words. But...
Oh, by the way, because, yeah, Harley Quinn, okay, I forgot to mention this as well, but it just jogged memory. The voice actress who originally played Harley Quinn in that same Batman animated series, okay, that was her first appearance, by the way. Like, she's not a concoction of the comic book. She doesn't have a long, laborious history like Batman does. She is the voice actress who was the original one from back in the cut. The name escapes me right now, but it's not for any nefarious reasons or not, okay? This is also her final performance in the role. She is retiring. She hasn't passed on or anything like that. Thank God. This is going to be the last performance. This is going to be the black mark on her legacy. God damn it, man. I hate the people that are ruining the AAA gaming industry.
You? Boop. Even when you're evil, you're still too good. You had a good run, Brucey. Fine.
Oh my God, this monologuing makes me want to absolutely die inside. But okay, no, continue. You get the old, well, I guess, villain speech, but you're supposed to be the good guy. But yeah, okay, whatever.
Around Gotham, punching bad guys, clean up the streets, causing long-term mental and emotional damage to everyone.
Emotional damage.
It's our turn now.
Ugh.
After all we've been through. Bet you didn't think it'd be me at the end, huh?
Nobody wanted you ending up doing the deed. It would have been so much better if we would have got like a Samoa Joe promo over the top of this, but oh well, we can't all be winners.
Are we done with your bad stand-up routine?
Almost. But you always gotta end on your best joke.
And here we go. The world's greatest detective, ladies and gentlemen. The world's greatest detective, monologued to by an absolute psychopath, one of the most detestable characters in recent years, done dirty like that. Kevin Conroy's final performance, the final lines that you will hear him utter in his iconic role. It is absolutely detestable, but not unbelievable, thanks to hacks like this ruining the industry. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.